Good afternoon, everybody. This is episode 11 of Zoomin with the boys. My name is Brandon. We got Jordan on deck again. We're going to be going over the NBA playoffs. They're kind of finishing up quite nicely right now. Phoenix leads the Los Angeles Clippers 3-2 in the Western Conference, and in the Eastern Conference right now, Milwaukee leads the Hawks 2-1. Before we get in, Jord, how you doing, bud?
Good, man. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Went to work today. So
Did you?
I got a couple surprises up my sleeve for the folks out there. So can't wait to unveil that. Some of the boys got a little taste test of what is to come. So I am excited to unveil the surprises soon enough.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Big news.
Big news, baby. So we'll dive right in. We'll start in the Eastern Conference. I believe last episode, the Eastern Conference hadn't even started yet. Bucks-Hawks game one. I called the shocker game from the Hawks. I knew they were going to ride high on their series win against the Philadelphia 76ers. Trae Young went off. He had 48 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. And we've come to the conclusion these two teams are absolutely fucking dreadful at shooting threes. Milwaukee was 8 for 36 for 22% from the three-point line, and Atlanta was 8 for 32 for 25% from the three-point line. So, what do you think of game one, Jordan?
Well, you called it, bub. I said the Bucks were going to just go full force and take fucking game one right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
But you called it. Fucking the Hawks are gonna take game one. Milwaukee's gonna come back and slap them a couple games, and that's exactly what happened. Fucking Trae Young just absolutely popped. John Collins played a great game. Clint Capella did his thing with his crazy ass rebounds. Giannis played all right. Drew Holiday played pretty good. Chris Middleton just had an all right game, but yeah, the fucking threes, man, like you said, were just terrible. I think fucking Giannis just needs to fucking go to the gym in the off season and never fucking step past that 3-point line and just learn how to fucking shoot some threes, because it's just a little ridiculous in my opinion.
Yeah, him and Ben Simmons need to get together in the off season and work on the stroke from the perimeter.
That guy could shoot, man. Well, both of them. If either one of them could shoot, it just to completely change up their games. Like, they're already a good threat at what they're doing so far. So just imagine if they could be a threat somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm. And like in the likes of like LeBron James, LeBron can be compared to Giannis just based on their drive capability. Just the way they get to the hole is insane. But LeBron has that perimeter where he can shoot like 37% from three or whatever. Like, he's not afraid to pull up. He will pull up and he will drain in your face. So that's what like knocks the defenders off guard. Like, they don't know whether to fucking get up on him and guard the three or sit back and just wait for him to try and drive. If Giannis had that in his arsenal, he'd just be even more lethal.
That's what I'm saying too.
And
it's like, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, these teams know they're bad, like shooting threes. There's no reason Milwaukee should be shooting 36 3-point attempts. Same with Atlanta. Like, after a while, maybe 15 or 20 strokes from the perimeter, you kind of just gotta give it up. It's not your night. Just put it in the fucking paint. And Milwaukee, I believe, just failed to do that, and that's why they got upset in game one.
Yeah, like you were saying before about, like, that's just a difference between like good players and great players, right? Like, they're not going to give it to Giannis in the closing seconds to shoot a fucking three for the win or anything like that. They know they can't. Whereas LeBron, you can give that to him like any time of the day. Yeah, just the difference.
But so the Hawks beat the Bucks 116-113 in game one. Close fucking game. Again, if Milwaukee kind of minimized their 3-point attempts, I believe it would be a different story. But Bucks came back in game 2, won 123-91, an absolute fucking slaughter fest from the Bucks again. Ice Trey went cold, 1 for 8 from 3-point. Only had 15 points. No one else on the Hawks did shit. Nobody really wanted to help Trey in game 2. And it was just a huge second quarter for the Bucks. The Bucks ended up out rebounding the Hawks 47-34 and scored 62 points in the paint. Like, when you're bullying a team in the paint like that, good luck, because it's probably not going to go your way.
Yeah, I totally agree. No one on the fucking Hawks, like you said, played good. And Trae Young, like, as great as he's playing, he's not going to pop off every single game over 40 points. Like, someone needs to come in and give the guy a hand. I mean, that's what, like, I'm sure that's what, like, kind of picked up Lou Will for. Like, he was previous 6th man of the year, God knows how many times. Like, and he just doesn't really have it in him anymore. And Bogdanovich, usually he's another guy that can pop off for them, but no one really did anything for them. And then, the bullying in the paint, man, they over fucking 30 points. They fucking capitalized on them in the paint, 62-30 points in the paint for the Bucks, and that's insane. Rebounds, I think that's going to be the difference maker in the series is the points in the paint and the rebounds, because even in game 3 it was a big mishap there. Same thing.
The Hawks just don't have the supporting cast like the Bucks do, and I think time's going to tell eventually that that's going to be the way it's going to be, and teams win championships, not players, not a couple players. Like, you have Jason Collins, you have Clint Capella, you have Berger, who can pop up once in a while, but you gotta kind of spread the floor and play a lot better defensively, and they didn't. They got absolutely fucking slaughtered, giving up 123 points. That's just completely unacceptable. But it's also, you're playing the Bucks, so game 3, Bucks take game 3 as well, 113-102. Chrissy fucking baby, aka Chris Middleton, he's tired of everyone calling him ugly. Obviously, he fucking popped 38 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 for 12 from 3-point line. Again, the Bucks just fucking absolutely bullied the Hawks in the paint, like 50-35 in the rebound category. That's just unacceptable as well. You're gonna lose if you're getting out rebounded by 15 rebounds, especially like offensive rebounds. You're just giving them free points to just kind of tap in, especially with the paint players they have. I believe game 3 was when Trae Young tripped over a referee and hurt his ankle. He is now questionable for game 4, which is happening tonight, Tuesday. So when you're seeing this, it would have happened last night. So we'll see if he plays or not. But yeah, man, game 3 is kind of putting everything into perspective, and the Bucks are going for a little push right now.
Trae Young was playing great too till the ankle thing, and then as soon as that kind of happened, fourth quarter, the Bucks just kind of turned it around and kind of ignited the fire in them right there, you know. And Chris Middleton, man, that guy just popped off. I mean, he's still not the greatest looking guy in the world, I'm not gonna lie, but
he looked a little better that night.
I was gonna say he had a little fire underneath him that night, so I'll give that to him.
He just absolutely took over the fourth quarter, and
he did.
This is my fucking house.
And then again, the fucking points in the paint, like I said, I think that's going to be the big difference maker in the series. Like, you can't be fucking getting doubled your points in the paint, like, against, like, holy fuck, like 56-34, and then the game before that was 62-30. Like, it's just, the fucking, and who's gonna, like, I guess Clint Capella is the only guy really capable of even stopping Giannis, and I just don't see that happening.
He's small.
Yeah.
He's just a small center. He's aggressive, like, he gets boards and shit, but it's just easy basketball to play. You just put, like, and teams are kind of swaying away from it, but in the playoffs, that's when it all comes back. just pushing the ball into the paint, getting into the bonus, going to the free throw line. I know that the Bucks probably don't want to go to the free throw line as much because they're a fucking subpar free throw shooting team. But like, if say you make fucking 55-60% of your free throws, they're just easy buckets anyways, and you get a lot of and ones. Like, rather than try and chuck up a bunch of fucking threes that they're not going to contest because like you're a terrible 3-point shooting team besides Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. They're just going to sag off on you. And if you can, you want to gobble up as many extra points as you can, get them in foul trouble, and put their backs up against the wall. It's just smart basketball. It's the basketball that I like to watch. So, I see the Bucks taking the series from here, really honestly. Trae Young's injury didn't really help much at all. He's questionable. James Harden had been questionable in his series, and he came back and did absolutely fucking nothing. Players like to rush back from injury to try and be there for their team, and it's more of a detriment to their team. But also, nobody's going to fill Trae Young's shoes in the Hawks. So,
yeah, like you don't really have another guy on that team that's going to pop off. So it's like, even with him injured, I still think he's better for the team there.
Yeah, like put on soft nights, he puts up 15, 20, 25 points.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take it right over to the Western Conference. Game 1 happened last week. We covered it 120-114 for the Phoenix Suns. Game 2, the Phoenix Suns won 104-103 to take a 2-0 lead on the Clippers in dramatic style. It was a last-second alley-oop by DeAndre Ayton. It had the crowd shocked. It had Stephen A. with his fucking jaw dropped in the stands, just in absolute awe. The place was buzzing. Phoenix was just going fucking absolutely wild. Ayton finished with 24 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist. Cameron Payne also did great, 29 points, 9 assists. That's just a great stat line. You can't really ask much for a guy like Cameron Payne. You can't ask much more from him. Booker was fucking a little cold though, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. And the Suns shot like absolute shit from the 3-point line, 23%, 6 for 26. But the Suns also had 60 points in the paint. So here's the paint presence again coming into effect in the playoffs. And it's just smart. Like teams, Phoenix, in the series before and leading up to the series against the Clippers, their shooting efficiency was absolutely crazy. And it's kind of like a reminder of the Golden State Warriors in the past. They just have a crazy shooting efficiency, like Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker. Obviously, Devin Booker isn't the 3-point shooter that Klay Thompson and fucking Steph Curry is, but like he shot very efficiently from the 3-point line. And when you do that, you're just kind of draining and backing up because like nobody's gonna play super aggressive on you unless you drive to the paint. And they're just in that category. They're in that class of player where people will put their hand up on the guy, but like nobody's gonna intentionally foul Devin Booker or get a little over aggressive with him on the 3-point line, just on the off chance that he makes the 3 and then you go for an and-one, you get a 4-point play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that game was fucking insane, man. I was watching the end of it, and I texted you right after. I remember it happened. I was like, holy fuck, they just threw an alley-oop for the fucking win. Fucking like less than a second left on the clock. And they were actually talking about it on the sidelines right before they invented the ball. They were saying it has to be an alley-oop. Like, this play has to be an alley-oop. And they fucking got it off. And then the good thing about the Suns is like, in a game where like your star Booker isn't popping off, like 20 points, he still played good. Don't get me wrong. But like, yeah. But in a game where he's not popping off, like you have other guys that can step up and fill that spot. Like Cameron Payne just steps up and pops almost 30 in, and then Aiton's just been a fucking beast in the paint. Like he's just been bullying guys in the paint. Like he's the one who got obviously that alley-oop because guy's just feeling it, man. He's fucking he's feeling it right now. It's working out for them.
And especially with Chris Paul out too, which was insane. Paul George did what he could in game 2, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Like,
PG's playing good. Yeah. It make a difference with Kawhi in, obviously, just like it make a difference with CP in at the same time though. So
Suns Clippers game 3. The Clippers took game 3 in LA, 106-92. George put the Clippers on his back, man. It was Chris Paul's return to the lineup. He had 15 points, 12 assists. Just usual CP3 shit. Booker was 1 for 7 from the 3-point line. Not a good night for him at all. He had 15 points in 40 minutes. It's just not the Devin Booker that we've seen in the playoffs. But Paul George, 27 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists. Like just an absolute beast of a fucking game. Got them back in the series. Didn't have their backs completely up against the wall going down 3-0, especially like losing their first game at home. So that was good to see. I don't know, man. Paul George has really gained my respect this series for sure.
We're seeing the PG from the Pacers coming back out.
Yeah, really. And the rebounds that he's getting, like the rebound totals he's getting is fucking scary. Especially like Ty Lue is rotating them like very smart, very strategic. Like he's not overdoing it. He's not like, you're not seeing guys playing like Brooklyn Nets numbers, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes going into overtime, shit like that. So
and he's switching it up too. Like if Marcus Morris is working that game, Marcus Morris is getting the minutes. Like if Terrence Mann's working that game, Terrence Mann's getting the minutes. Like and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like he's smart that way.
Clippers crawl back in game 3, and then game 4 got a bit of a curveball. Suns won 84-80. I didn't know it was a 1994 basketball game, but fuck, I'll take it. Was it defense or just shitty offense? I'm going with the shitty offense. Suns were 36% from the floor and 20% from 3. Clippers were 32% from the floor and 16% from 3. That's just completely unacceptable in 2021. There's no way that should happen at all. This is like basically a fluke fucking game. But again, usual suspects, DeAndre Ayton, 19 points, 22 fucking rebounds. Just a beast, absolute beast. Paul George, 23 points, 16 rebounds. The rebound totals that Paul George is putting up is just fucking insane. And like it's not like they don't have a paint presence. They have Zubac, they have Morris. Like they have guys in the paint that can snatch everything, but Paul George is kind of making a statement and
Zubac is still putting up rebounds by all means, but
like he's still getting his fucking 12 or 13 and change.
Yeah.
So
I think that game fucking both offenses were just absolute horrid, but the Clippers, man, if they could have just shot a little better from the line, they like fucked 65%, and then the Suns were 85%. If you fucking they missed 11, they went 21 for 32, and you make half of those 11, you win the game right there. You know what I mean? So like, they just shoot a little better from the line. They could have scraped that one out, even though it was shitty on both ends of the floor. Fucking Reggie Jackson's actually been playing really nice for the Clippers, though. That's one guy that's been just popping off for a good 20 or 20 so here and there, you know, and that's been really good for them. It's been really helping them out with Kawhi out. So
and Kawhi Leonard remains to be out with his remains to be seen. He's out with his knee injury. Don't know when he's coming back. There's not really news. It's kind of gone quiet on Kawhi. They just kind of give an update before every game, basically saying, he's not playing. Shit like that. I don't know. It's just a big test for Paul George, whether he can carry the load on his back. Suns and Clippers game 5. down 3-1. Ty Lue isn't shy about being down 3-1 by any means. If anybody remembers the 2016 finals, but yeah, 116 to 102. Clippers win. Kind of crawl back into the series. They got 2 games now. Now they have a chance. They have a shooting, just a good shot at actually coming back in the series. They kind of have Phoenix. They don't really have them up against the wall. Phoenix has some games in their pocket that they could spend, but they know that they're there, and just one fucking mistake and it can turn around really quickly on them. Paul George is obviously sick of being called Pandemic P. 41 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. Just a usual night, but he popped off on the points. Booker showed a glimpse of his earlier self. He had 31 points, 4 for 6 from the 3-point line. But yeah, no, 14-point game. Basically, what that tells me is second half, Clippers just completely took over, and yeah, they're trying to make a statement, man. I don't know. It's gonna be. There's not really much to say. It's kind of like trying to just wait everything out. Like, we know what these teams are. We've seen them play in the playoffs so far, and like, it's the conference finals now. Like, we know what to expect. It's chess at this point. It's not checkers anymore. Checkers is like the first round and semifinals, where like some of the teams that don't deserve to be there obviously show their true colors. But all these teams can have the potential to squeak into the finals. It's just a matter of how everything plays out. Tonight's game, Bucks versus Hawks, game 4. Who are you taking for game 4 tonight?
Bucks versus Hawks, game 4. See, your prediction's looking pretty good now. The whole fucking Atlanta win 1, fucking Bucks going his full on spank attack. But
yeah, especially with the Trae Young injury too, I'm pretty confident.
Well, and even if he does come back, I don't think he'll be 100%. So I'd have to take the Bucks on that one tonight.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks on this one tonight. I think they take a comfortable 3-1 lead and bring it back to Milwaukee to send their team into the finals. It's weird, man. It's weird not seeing Steph or LeBron in a running shot for the finals, but it's also interesting too.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's also, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's like, I don't want to say sad. Like, it's not sad, but it's like it's more entertaining when those guys are in there. You know what I mean? Like
shooting their shots at each other and shit.
Yeah, but they're bros. Like on the after the game, they're bros. That's the sick thing. Yeah. But during the game, they go at each other, and it's just awesome to see.
Mm-hmm. And Wednesday tonight, when this video comes out, Suns versus Clippers, game 6 in Los Angeles. Who are you taking game 6? Are the Suns finishing it off?
In LA, I think this game or the series is going 7. So I think the Clips are going to take this one, and we're going back to Phoenix for game 7.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the Clips are taking this. I think Paul George goes fucking absolutely insane, and then don't be surprised if you might see the claw come out in game 7 in Phoenix. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he forces it. I think probably made a deal in secret to Paul saying, get me to game 7, and we'll fucking take it from there.
Get me to game 7, and don't worry. If you got me to game 7, I'm there, bud.
Yeah.
Knee or no knee.
Yeah. I'll fucking tape an ice pack to the bitch and just run out there. I don't really care.
Fuck. Yeah, PG's running on that adrenaline too, man. Fucking playoff career high. Like that, he's gonna take that into the next game. I think he has to.
I think so too. It's just his confidence is at an all-time high. He's playing some of the best basketball he's played in like a long time.
Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, he's sick of all the bullshit. I think the braids are helping him, man.
The braids are helping him. The fucking media is kind of laid off his ass too. That was a big thing. It didn't really help back in the past when he was on OKC and he got a fucking absolute dagger from Damian Lillard in the face to send his ass home.
He got waved goodbye to. I mean,
that clip played for like a year at least. It still gets played today. So.
I gained so much respect for Damian Lillard that night, though.
Yeah.
The fact that he just waved goodbye and then acted like nothing happened. Everyone was around him cheering, and he just sat there, just fucking straight dog face, just fucking.
Yep. A couple things I want to go over before we get out of here. The NBA is looking to, I don't want to say restrict, but they're trying to contain the jumping into people on the shot release and getting the fouls. That came out last week. I was going to do a no cap recap, but I was kind of feeling under the weather, so I wanted to come back 100% this week, so I didn't go over it. I had plans to go over it, but yeah, in the NBA, kind of diving into the defender on the shot, the NBA is looking into basically calling that a no foul from now on. So what do you think about that?
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
I guess it all depends. Like, if you're jumping and doing your normal shot where you're landing and someone's fucking in your way when you're landing, yeah, it's a foul. But this fucking someone's fucking 3 feet away from you, you're fucking taking a shot and you're fucking jumping, fucking not even near anywhere close to where you would land if you were to just take your shot normally.
Yeah.
I think that's a bullshit foul on the defender. Like,
it's been bullshit. It slows the game down.
It's stupid.
It gets people in foul trouble for no reason. It's not like they're not fouls. The league really needs to, I think all leagues in general need to figure out, maybe not the NFL. The NFL is not nearly as bad with the penalties as the NBA is with fouls and the MLB is with bad umpire calls. But yeah, the NBA is probably the worst league for officiating, in my opinion. And then right behind in second is the MLB, just because the strike zone is just basically a personalized strike zone. But we'll get into that a different day. But yeah, no, the NBA, they decided a long time ago to protect their players, and the way that they were going to do that is to really tighten up on the foul calls. You can't push off guys anymore to kind of gain space on the shot. When you drive, basically, you get to jump straight up, and even sometimes when you jump straight up with your hands up, you're still getting called for fouls. And like, we're not going to video replay every fucking. No team's going to video challenge every single foul. Like, if it's a crucial time and it's a bullshit call and it's obvious, yeah. But, yeah, no, I think it's good for the league. It slows the game down. Like, there was a fucking game. Trying to think. I can't remember what game it was, but the last 2 minutes was 30 or 35 minutes of like actual time. So like 2 minutes of game time was 35 minutes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just
insane. And it shouldn't, like, it doesn't like they don't. I don't know what they're changing it to. If they're just changing it to nothing, or they're changing it to an offensive foul if they do that. Do you know?
Let me look.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because it doesn't necessarily have to be an offensive foul on the shooter. I just say just call, or just don't call anything. Just play on. Like, don't like stop slowing the game down. Like you said, just kind of let them play. No foul on the defender because he literally stayed put where he should have been, and the fucking shooter, he shouldn't have even been jumping over there anyway to try and get a foul. So either way, I think they should just not call anything on the play and just let the fucking game resume.
Okay, so this is courtesy of Sports Illustrated. If the contact is marginal, then there will be a no call. But if more than marginal, then an offensive foul will be assessed. So
that makes sense. Yeah, if if they over exaggerate it, yeah, I could see that.
Oh, like, players will be on the 3-point line. We'll see somebody come in, take a step back, and then jump in like on their release just to get those potentially 3 shots or that 4-point play. And it's
I
just
never got that either because like the offensive player can easily injure their ankle like stepping on another player's foot, and it's happened fucking God knows how many times.
yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's good for the league. Can't remember what my second point was going to be.
Sorry, Bob, I interrupted you.
Oh no, it's okay. No, it wasn't to do with the fouling, but yeah, no, I just wanted to bring that up because we're doing the NBA and really there's not much is going on like this week. The Bucks and the Hawks are fucking duking it out as expected, and the Clippers and the Suns are duking it out. So like we kind of gotta, yeah, there's a lot to talk about with the games and shit, but players, it's just a star league, dude. Like Paul George is Paul George. Chris Paul and Devin Booker, we expect them all to ball out. I don't expect them to have a game where they go 16% from the 3-point line. That we'll talk about, but like we're expecting them to fucking ball out. These are the conference finals. These are like the most intense games of the year other than the finals. So yeah. Other than that, really nothing. I just think it's personally going to be weird to see these new teams in the finals for the first time in a long time. It's good for the league. You got to kind of space everything out. It can't be the LeBron James show every year.
Yeah, no,
as
that's
it was. And I'm like a huge
Steph Curry show every year, but it's all right.
Yeah, no, I'm glad the league is kind of balancing out with dynamic duos. I just remember what the other thing was. So there's a drama going on with Damian Lillard and the Trailblazers right now based on the coaching and the staff that they're bringing in.
Yeah, sure. See, I knew something was going on there. I called it.
They just signed Chauncey Billups to be their fucking head coach, I think, for like a 5-year deal or some shit like that. But
you're not liking it, or
no, that the Damian Lillard not being cool with the staff came out before Chauncey was announced as head coach. So I don't know if he got word already before it hit the public that Chauncey was going to be the head coach or not. And he's not fucking with it. But I don't know, man. I think Dame is finally starting to realize that franchise isn't going to do shit for him. They can sign him to a sexy $200 million contract, but at the end of the day, they're not going to surround him with anybody because they're a small market team and like nobody really wants to play in Portland. That's another thing about this league as well. Like it's kind of prima donna in the sense where everyone's going to play in the big markets. Everyone's going to play in New York or LA or Miami, anywhere that they actually want to play or live and play basketball. That's where they're going to do it. And they're going to do it with this other stars of the league, like Kevin Durant, fucking LeBron James. They're just going to go on recruits because like who doesn't want to have a chance at a chip any given year?
And I think Dame, of all people, does deserve one. I mean, the guy's poured his heart and soul into that fucking franchise for God knows how long. They kind of haven't done the same thing back to him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think that if anyone deserves a chip, that guy at least deserves a shot at one because he's tried to give his team that shot, and no one can really step up.
He's tried to be the man. He's tried to be the man, and he's starting to realize he can't do it all by himself.
McCollum's not a number 2, so
no, he's not. He's not. He's like he's an over subpar. Not even a bench dude. He's not the second option. He's the third option.
Yeah, he can pop off, but it's once in a while. It's not every other game.
Can't rely on him to take some of the fucking workload.
And he had a big injury. He was out for months, and he was not the same when he came back either.
No.
So.
No, because I know, like, last year he was fucking dope. The year before he was, like, really good, too. Like, I think he averaged, like, fucking 24, 25. And, like, what else do you want from the second option kind of guy? Damian Lillard, it'll be interesting to see. I'm obviously going to keep everyone up to date about the Dame drama, but it's not looking good right now. I got to kind of figure out whether he already caught wind that Chauncey Billups was going to be the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers or what. Jason Kidd, one more thing. Jason Kidd fucking signed somewhere to be a head coach. Jason.
Oh, yeah, I fucking heard about that.
Jason Kidd was named the Dallas Mavericks head coach.
Yeah.
So that's fucking dope because like he played for the Mavs. So that's pretty sick. Now he's coaching the Mavs. It's a big step up for him. And I just want to talk about this briefly. Jason Kidd was the brains and the respect behind the Los Angeles Lakers the last couple of years. Frank Vogel was only a face. They kind of put him in there just in case they need to pull the eject button on him. Somebody to place all the blame on. He's the fucking blame guy. Like everyone's just gonna put the blame on Frank. And Frank, I'm pretty sure was pretty okay with it. But Jason Kidd called all the shots. You can tell he was the basketball IQ on the team. He was the coach that all the players like went to and actually respected and gave their opinion on the game on, because I don't really believe Frank Vogel has the same basketball IQ as Jason Kidd does.
Definitely not.
No, congratulations to Jason Kidd on head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. Congrats to Chauncey Billups for getting the coaching job in Portland as well. And yeah, other than that, anything you want to say before we get the fuck out of here? We kind of went from the NBA conference finals to just a little drama on the side.
Yeah. No, I think the Mavs getting him as head coach, like, that was a big thing they needed. Like, that's going to change a lot of their fucking, when they go in the playoffs, I think that's going to change a lot of their drive in the playoffs. That's going to be a big difference with him as the head coach. A lot more motivation.
I can see him playing mentor to Luka Doncic and just taking his
I could see him playing
up.
6-man.
Yeah, coming back out, strap up, get himself fucking 2 points. And
he could definitely still ball.
Yeah,
he could still ball if he wanted.
Yeah, but yeah, man. That was conference finals coverage. A little drama on the side. Never hurt nobody.
Nope.
Friday, no cap recap. I will be back for that, I promise. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Overcast, here on YouTube. Support. All the links are in the bio. Appreciate everybody that tunes in and watches this shit. Just kind of waiting for, I'm going to keep saying it, we're just waiting for the NBA to finish up what they have in store, because it's football season coming up real soon. It's right around the fucking corner. We're about a month and a half out from preseason, so that's when the buzz is going to happen. Drinks are going to be had on this fucking pod.
That's when Hot Boy comes out right there.
Dak is back.
There we go, baby.
People will finally start putting respect on Tua Tagovailoa. Let's go, baby. And yeah, this was another episode of Zoom with the boys. Link is in the bio for all the social media shit, everywhere that you want to listen to it if you're out and about. Other than that, appreciate everyone listening. And until next time, go fuck yourselves.